Welcome to JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and hey, man, back for another week of it. We got 2 breakdowns this week. Got some really important news about the NFL, what's going on. We're in preseason week 2, basically. NFL's right here, man. College starts, basically, I think, 11 days from today, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure college doesn't start this week. I'm pretty sure week 0 starts about almost full 2 weeks from now. Very excited about that. But for today's slate, basically NFL news. Then we're going to break down the NFC North. Bet-wise, I don't have a lot for you about the NFC North. I'm very lost on this conference, but I do think I have some insights on where I'm going to lean. I just don't know where anything officially is at. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just hop into this thing. We're going to start with the 2 massive signings that came out of the NFL. Zeke, 1 year, $6 million deal. Dalvin Cook, 1 year, $8.6 million deal. For the Jets, Zeke is going to the Patriots. I mean, these are 2 huge signings. The Patriots finally getting depth in their running back room. Fantasy-wise, it really sucks for the Ramondre Stevenson owners because it looked like he's going to get a bulk of the carries, pretty much all of them, and now for sure. Zeke's going to take away a few carries from him. Zeke's probably going to vulture a touchdown or 2 from him as well. I mean, not shocking, but it's a really good ad for the Patriots. Non-fantasy-wise, amazing ad for the Patriots. Now they have a really good running back that can help to their depth. Because behind Ramondre Stevenson, I broke it down. Let's be honest, they didn't have a lot of guys. Zeke was basically talked about to join them for a few weeks now, and he officially finally did. Basically, from what Ian Rappaport just came out this morning, that basically he's getting ready to join the team, and then by getting ready, he's basically just doing his final things he needs to do, and then he's basically up and going. He's going to fly out to join the joint practices in Green Bay. Really awesome for Zeke, man. Hopefully he can do something really good with the Patriots. He plays the Cowboys week 4, so that's going to be really, really exciting. Week 4 rematch against the Cowboys, and it's in Dallas. You can best believe I'm betting him to score a touchdown in that game like a mark. And then for Dalvin Cook, he signed with the Jets. It's a really huge ad. It's a really good ad for the Jets. It's just for the same thing for fantasy. For those Breece Hall owners, they're kind of sad. Now they have Dalvin Cook, Israel Abandakanda, and Breece Hall. I mean, they have a really good backfield. Jets are probably going to be a problem this year. I would not be shocked. Only thing that worries me about the Jets is their O-line and their tough schedule, man. They got a really hard schedule. Really, really hard schedule. So, I mean, that's the only 2 things that make me nervous. But signing Dalvin Cook, that's a huge ad for them. 1,100-yard rusher last 4 seasons. 4 consecutive Pro Bowls. Dalvin Cook's doing really good. I mean, he's going to be a huge, huge ad for them. Like I said, Israel Bandakanda, Breece Hall, and Dalvin Cook. It's probably going to be Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Israel Bandakanda. That's probably going to be their running back rotation, but that's a really good 3-headed backfield. Oh my gosh. Former Seahawks and Ravens running back Alex Collins passed away at 28. This is crazy. He's killed in a motorcycle crash. Wow, that is awful. He crashed into a sport utility vehicle Sunday night in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. SUV was making a left turn when he hit the rear passenger side. The impact caused Collins to go through the window of the SUV and come to rest inside the vehicle. The sheriff's office said Collins was pronounced dead at the scene. That's awful, man. Truly, truly awful. He wasn't the biggest name when it comes to the NFL, but he was still. I remember him from fantasy and just remember him from just like being a name, man. So that's why I want to bring it up, just because he played this year for the Memphis Showboats in the USFL, but he's just a name that I definitely remember from when I was just playing fantasy football and just from those years. So man, that sucks. 28 too. I mean, that's just so young. Scary because it's a motorcycle accident too. I mean, it's just not much you can do. I mean, that's truly just really sad. I hope his family, thoughts and prayers out to the family and everything. I mean, that's just truly awful. Zach Martin's ending his holdout. They agreed to a WeWork contract. I believe it was $13.35 million and $14.5 million next year, but now they moved it to I think $18 million. Yeah, it's $18 million in each of the next 2 seasons, so he's getting a little bit of a pay grade. Good for him, much deserved. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this part because I'm still very confused on what's going on, but the Michael Orr situation. Holy hell. For those of you who don't know, apparently Michael Orr is coming out and saying that the Tui family lied about his adoption and tricked him into conservatorship, which I won't lie. I have no idea what that means, so we're going to look it up live on the show. Because, like, I obviously, I know what it means, but I don't know, like, the actual, like, so for those of you who don't know, conservatorship is a way for someone to assume legal guardianship over an adult. Families often use conservatorships to help deal with mounting medical, financial, mental needs of a parent. The status of a conservatorship is dependent on the capacity of the individual to make decisions on their own. So basically, when this happened in high school, from what I understood, is they told him, like, hey, we're adopting you, we can't wait to bring you into a part of our family, but instead, they went behind his back, signed into conservatorship, and they've been just making money off him for this whole time, and which it's really sad because apparently the more you learn about this, apparently this happens like all the time in the U.S. It's just usually it's not to this magnitude or something this big, but man, that's just it's something really sad. Because obviously, for those of you who have seen The Blind Side or who haven't seen it but at least know the story, Michael Orr basically joined his family in high school. About when he was younger, right before he was about to transition to the NFL. And for what it sounds like, even if he got adopted, the adoption process itself would have taken a long time, maybe even until he was drafted. But regardless, man, this is something truly sad. They basically just took advantage of this kid with basically basically no one. They offered adoption and everything, and it sounds like they took real advantage of him, which if it's the case is truly awful. We're gonna learn more about this. I'm not gonna get more into it because, like I said. Because it said Orr's attorney said that he didn't thoroughly investigate his situation and the movie deal until after he retired from pro football because the film's success coincided with the beginning of his NFL career. Which makes sense because so basically, like, when he started, he just didn't get a chance to watch it. Now he's going through and everything. It makes me wonder why he did wait, like why he didn't get a chance to see it. But like I said, you're really busy with the NFL, so I'm not gonna wonder why he waited so long. But now it's coming out now. It's just crazy because this movie came out in 2014, and basically almost 10 years later, it's all this is coming out. It's just crazy. The whole world, man. Real life, man. Real life is crazy sometimes. Lance is fighting for the backup spot. I don't think he's going to be backup spot. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Purdy 1. I hate to say it, but Purdy 1, Darnold 2, Lance 3. Lance is probably going to be the emerging quarterback. Won't be shocked if he gets traded away. This was just a wild scene by the 49ers. They traded all those picks to get him, and basically it's for almost nothing because they're probably going to end up sticking with Purdy. Ear infection is limiting Hawkinson, so that's good to know. He'll probably be back. Dobbins is back at practice after being on the PUP, which is really good to get him back. It's hopefully because, I mean, if you don't remember last year, he had a gimp a little bit in his run. He couldn't bend his knee fully, so hopefully he comes back fully healthy. Peyton Manning's going to be a professor at Tennessee. That's hilarious. So he is a professor of practice at the College of Communication and Information starting this fall. That's pretty cool. I don't know what exactly he's going to do there. I'm assuming it has something to do with Omaha Productions and how he launched that and everything, because I don't think he's going to teach a football class, but it's really, really interesting overall, honestly, though. Zach Ertz is returning on track to play week 1, which is really good. He was out all last year with the torn ACL, doing decent. Raiders legend Marcus Allen says team stance on Jacobs' contract is like collusion. They decided the running back position is one where the productivity is only for a short period of time, and instead of looking at each and every one individually, they decided as a group that they're not going to pay them, which is very true. I mean, you saw what happens with. I mean, Deshaun Watson almost broke the quarterback market, the way he played, but the way he got paid, because they basically gave him full guarantee, but that didn't happen. So. I mean, that's what maybe owners are scared of, is like if we pay one running back all that we're going to ask for, and it's going to destroy the market. But either way, I mean, the whole running back situation is a wild, wild story. Shout out to Purdue rookie Aiden O'Connell. He said he was 15 for 18, 1 for 41 and a touchdown. Las Vegas won 34-7. He played really well. He's probably going to end up fighting for the backup spot behind Jimmy G, and with Jimmy G's injury history, he could end up playing. Jonathan Taylor returned to camp, but apparently he still wants traded, still wants all that, so we're going to have to wait more until we see what happens. By the way, I'm not going to really talk too much about preseason football that happened this weekend, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of guys, like, for example, Stetson Bennett had a pretty good game. Anthony Richardson had some decent moments, but we're going to wait. Probably just wait a little bit longer because this episode breakdown. I don't want to get into the preseason too much. I'm probably going to honestly end there. Because, yeah, like I said, DJ Moore and Khalil Herbert had some awesome awesome moments. DeMar Hamlin came back and was able to play. That's something else that's truly awesome. It's awesome to just see him be able to get back on a football field and play like almost worry free. I think Russell Wilson actually even got a decent amount of work in the preseason too, which isn't too bad. Mayfield is gonna Mayfield outplayed Trask apparently, so there's a chance that Baker's probably gonna start. But I mean, who knows how long if he keeps the starting job? That's gonna be the biggest question. But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do for NFL news today. I don't think there's anything like too major. I think Mahomes has, by the way, come out and defended the enemy. We'll basically end with that real quick. He basically came out and said he's going to really try to get the best out of you every single day. He's going to hold you accountable even when you don't want to hold yourself accountable. Made me a better player. So that explains the kind of hard ass personality he has. Is he's just basically asking for best for everyone. So we'll see if it lightens up or anything. But yeah, it's basically where I'm going to end it for NFL news wise today. Like I said, we got a NFC North breakdown. This probably won't be the longest breakdown I've ever done because I won't lie to you. Honestly, between the North and South, these are the two divisions I am the most confused on. Just because they're hard. They're really hard, man. I won't lie. Every team, this is one of the few divisions where every team's plus money. The books kind of don't know where it's going to lean. I have a general lean, maybe, but we'll see. We'll start with the Chicago Bears, I guess. Plus 420 to win the division. Last place to win the division. Looking to step up. They had the first pick last year. Traded away for the Panthers, so a lot of us forget. But they were the worst team in the NFL last year. Two deep wide, they have Justin Fields. Their backup's P.J. Walker, which is a really way better fit for that offense with everything. Running back wise, Khalil Herbert, Dante Foreman, but it sounds like Khalil Herbert's going to get a lot of the first team team playing third down. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool. We'll see what he does for wide receiver for them. Equinemius, St. Brown, Tyler Scott, Dante Pettis. Tight end wise, Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, Cole Kmet. Really strong tight end room. Defensive line wise, Yannick Ngakoue, DeMarcus Walker, linebackers TJ Edwards, Rain Edmonds. And then we got safeties, Jaquan Brisker, who was really awesome last year. Side note, we played fantasy with defensive players. So instead of having actual individual defensive players, I had Jaquan Brisker last year. One of the few defenders that pretty much for the whole season didn't almost started every single game with how good he was, especially after a certain amount. I mean, you read the Bears special teams, or not special teams, excuse me, the Bears team. They don't got a bad team, man. They don't got a good team. Schedule-wise, they're going through the Packers. Packers week 1, then it's Bucks, Chiefs, Broncos, Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Chargers, Saints, Panthers, Detroit, Minnesota, bye week 13, huge bye week, Detroit, Cleveland, Arizona, Atlanta, Green Bay. The schedule's not the hardest. It's basically just going to come down to what can Justin Fields do as a passer this year for them, truly. I mean, they got DJ Moore, who apparently, from what we've heard in the preseason, is destroying with slants over the middle. They got Khalil Herbert, who had a really awesome play in the preseason, who's taking down the third down percentages. I mean, they got some true weapons on this offense now. They're finally trying to build around Justin Fields a little bit. It's going to come down to can Justin Fields be a passer? Because last year, I mean, the Colts had, I think, almost 10 more passing attempts than, like, almost 10 or 20 passing attempts, like, over the Bears when it comes, and they were down almost as much as the Bears. When it comes to per game average, I think it was about 10 passes more per game by the Colts than the Bears, and they were both down about equally as much. I mean, the big issue was the Bears were down and still running the ball. So I don't know if they didn't trust Fields as a passer last year or what it was, but for whatever reason, they were just not throwing the ball. Hopefully, they can unlock it a little bit more this year. Justin Fields even changed his diet now, so he's not as vegetarian. He's finally eating some more meat, like fish, for example, helping him hopefully stay strong, because there was a lot of plays last year where you're seeing him get hit, and he's getting up, he's wincing in pain, he's like limping himself to the sideline, dragging a leg behind him, and then all of a sudden, next drive, he's jogging back out there. I mean, the kid was tough, but, man, they need to do a little bit better job protecting him, and he needs to do a little bit job protecting himself. Hopefully that equals running less and passing more. When it comes to the Bears, there's only like 2 things I really wrote down. Fields to get over 30 touchdowns if you truly believe in his plus 750. Massive odds. Like I said, Justin Fields has yet to prove that he can throw the football that much. I don't even think he got over 20 last year. I feel like that's disrespectful for me to say, but Dude, he just didn't throw the ball last year. It was shocking, man. Like, he was seriously behind everyone when it came to that. Like, just last year he had 17. Like I said, he didn't even get over 20 touchdowns. He had 192 completions on 318 attempts, which 2,200 yards and 17 touchdowns. But if you go to the rushing, he had, I don't even think I can see the rushing yards from this. I think it's just his passing yards. But yeah, we'll look at it in a minute. But basically his rushing yards, he had a really good, I mean, his rushing yards were basically the majority of his yards. I can't even find it for some reason. Whatever. We'll look at it later. But like I said, the biggest thing for the Bears is you're going to need to pass more. They're under win totals at 7.5. I tend to lean the under at plus 100. I think they'll get stuck about 7 wins. This is an under that I'm very tempted to take. Will we take it right away? Probably not, but it's something that I'm definitely tempted to lean the under at plus 100. What's funny too is this division, a lot of the over-unders are about the same numbers. So it's like, not the odds-wise, not the actual number. Like, the odds are basically almost the same. So, I mean, you might see a lot of unders in this division. Like I said, that's about the Bears, though. I just don't know, man. I think this team's probably going to win about 5-6 games. I think there's just going to be another year where they're building, and then they're going to build towards year 3, basically. I think that's how I see it. Next, we'll go to the Minnesota. Yeah, we'll go to the Minnesota Vikings. Why not? A team that I truly think has a chance to win the division. They're plus 250. I don't see why they couldn't. I mean, they only lose Dalvin Cook. Everybody else is basically returning. If you like this team to score 1 touchdown every game, it's plus 100. Probably not going to take it myself personally because Kirk Cousins usually has at least 1 poopy game where they have a chance where they may not score. You know who it is. Kirk Cousins starting at quarterback. Running back wise, it's going to be Alexander Madison leading the way with Ty Chandler and Keeney Negwanu behind him. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, Jalen Reagor. Those are probably N'Keal Harry. Those are probably going to be the receivers you see the most out of. T.J. Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, the tight end. Shout out C.J. Ham, the fullback for the Vikings. Dean Lowry, defensive line wise. Chris Tonga. Tonga. I'm not even going to try to say his first name. Completely butchered it. Harrison Phillips, Neil Hunter, Jordan Hicks, Marcus Davenport, Harrison Smith, Byron Murphy. I mean, this is a team. I think the only thing that's going to hold the Vikings back is their defense is going to be sneaky bad this year. Because they're basically kind of in a turnover, where they're starting to finally, like, basically, I don't want to say, like, get everything brand new, but it's almost kind of like they are. I mean, they got Justin Jefferson, like, 2-3 years ago. They just got rid of Adam Thielen for Jordan Addison. So their wide receiver, of course, completely turned over. Running back wise, got rid of Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison starter. Running back completely turned over. Yeah, it's just one of those things for the defense. Now it's the defense's turn to slowly dirtying the defense over a bit. They got rid of, like, Pat Peterson, players like that, bringing in new young guys. So there's a chance that this defense gets a lot of points this year, which is my only nervousness for them. Daniil Hunter to get 10 sacks is going to be minus 125. I don't mind that at all. I think that's definitely doable. Their over-under is going to be at 8.5. Here's their schedule. Week 1 is Tampa Bay. Week 2, it's the Eagles. Ooh, they got the Eagles again early. Week 3 is the Chargers. Week 4 is the Panthers. Week 5 is the Chiefs. Then it's Bears, San Fran, Green Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, Denver, Chicago. Week 13 bye as well. Raiders, Bengals, Lions, Green Bay, Lions. This is definitely a team that, like I said, over 8.5. I could definitely see them getting 9 wins at minus 128. Their under is plus 104, 8.5. Do you think they're going to go 8-9? I think if anything, they'll at least go 9-8. I think they'll have a little bit of regression from last year, but I don't think it's going to be too much. I mean, they were still a really, really good team last year. They just got a lot of lucky bounces to go their way. So even if they lose like 1 to 2 of them, they'll still be a really good like 9-10 win team, I think. So I'm tempted to lean over there minus 128 just for that reason, but like I said, I'm not the most confident in the Vikings this year. I think their defense is kind of in the middle of a turnover. They made it sound like this is Kirk Cousins last year. I almost want to say regardless of what happens, but obviously they win a Super Bowl, they might keep him, but I think Kirk Cousins is probably gone after this year, and they go to a whole new quarterback. Who are they going to have? I don't know. That's going to be a really fun off-season question next year. Because, I don't see Kirk Cousins coming back next year. So, that's going to be fun. Where's Kirk Cousins going to go, and who are the Vikings going to get? But, yeah, for this season, over 8.5, minus 128. That's tempted my lean. Plus 250 when the division isn't bad at all. I mean, all the favorite being on the Lions. I want to see the Lions do it. I would love for the Lions to do it, but I want to see them do it first. I've watched the Lions for many years, and They might not be the same old Lions this year, but they are still, yeah, they're still Lions. We'll go next to Green Bay Packers. We'll give the Lions the love last. Plus 350 win the division for the Packers. New quarterback Jordan Love starting for them, who is their, and then backing them up is Sean Clifford. Running back wise, I got A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, the two-headed monster in the backfield. Wide receiver wise, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. Yeah, that's about it name-wise. Torrey, Wicks, Heath are some other backups. Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft are the tight ends. Luke Musgrave is looking probably for sure to start. They got two fullbacks, Henry Pearson and Josiah DeGuara. Shout out, probably two of them on the roster. Defensive line-wise, they got Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Preston Smith, and they got Devontae Campbell, Quay Walker, Rashawn Gary, Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, Darnell Savage, Jair Alexander. I mean, this is a defense this is probably going to be a top 10 defense for the Packers. This is what, plus 350 to win the division. I mean, you can put some, as long as you think the offense can be competent. I mean, this is a squad that can definitely get something done. Their defense is really, 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 really good. I mean, really good. They have a really good defense. So their defense is going to need to take a huge step up this year. Talk about Jordan Love. Schedule-wise, they play the Bears week 1, then it's Falcons, Saints, Lions, Raiders. Bye week 6. Wow. That sucks. Denver, Minnesota, the Rams, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, Detroit Lions, Kansas City, New York, Giants, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers, Minnesota Vikings, and the NFC and Chicago Bears. Week 6 bye. That's absolutely brutal. That sucks. That truly sucks. That's just a terrible bye to pull. If you like Jordan Love to throw 30 touchdowns this year, maybe that's plus 380. Watson have 10 touchdowns, it's going to be plus 550. Man, though, that week 6 fight is going to be brutal for them. They're under at 7.5, almost identical to the Bears, where it's minus 122 for the over, plus 100 for the under. I'll probably tempted to lean over. I think this is going to be about an 8-win team. I don't. Their schedule wasn't too tough. You heard me just read it out. I mean, they definitely can. They split with their division. There's 3, and they can definitely pick up 5 wins across the board, especially with how good that defense is projected to be. Packers are one of those sneaky teams where it's like, why not sprinkle them to win the division? I mean, only for plus 350, it's really good odds. I think truly this division is wide open. I think their defense is better than the Vikings. The Vikings just have the better offense. I'm not going to say they have the better quarterback because I don't know what Jordan Love is, but they for sure have the better, Packers for sure have the better defense. So plus 350 for a little play like that is not bad at all. It's something I'd definitely be tempted to lean towards. Yeah, I mean, that's basically probably it for the Packers, I think. Oh, if you'd like them to beat the Bears twice this year, plus 220. I don't know if I'm going to... It's really hard to beat division opponents twice in a season. Now they don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up beat the Bears twice every season, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, plus 220, not terrible. Am I going to take it? I don't know. These are all just things I'm kind of leaning towards. Like I said, when it comes to this division, I don't like a lot of their season specials they got out right now. I'm not the biggest fan. Lastly, we'll finish with the Lions. A win total over under 9.5. They think they're going to go 10-7, get a playoff win. I mean, maybe. I'll read their schedule out before I read their team. I'll switch them up for them. Chiefs, Seattle. Chiefs to start off the season, week 1, Thursday night. Then Seattle, Atlanta, Green Bay, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Raiders. Week 9 bye, not terrible about the middle of the season. Chargers, Bears, Green Bay, Saints, Chicago, Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, Minnesota. Their schedule is actually very, very forgiving. They don't play like Atlanta. Obviously, Chicago, getting to play Chicago twice as nice. Atlanta, New Orleans. I mean, their schedule, Carolina, like they got a decent, really, really decent schedule. Lions are just plus 145 to win the division. Everyone and their mama's on them. They're the public favorite by millions of miles, it feels like. Like, I think when it comes to public favorites, this is the public favorite. I just don't know, man. And there's so much hype around them. It's like, there's just so much hype around them. It's starting to get some more. It's like, I don't know if I can join them. The Jets are starting to get to that point, too, where it's just, the hype is just so real that it's like, man, it's starting to, like, devalue some of the... Like, the Lions should never be favored plus 145 to win a division. Like, yes, I think they basically beat the Packers last year. The very last game of the season after it got very hot during the season. But, man, to be favored? I don't know. That makes me really nervous. I'm very, I don't know. I'm very scared when it comes to the Lions. Like I said, over under 9.5. That's a lot. That's probably a win total I will not touch. Goff to have 30 touchdowns plus 200 if you think he's going to have a really good year. Amon-Ra to have 10 touchdowns plus 550. That's something I'm definitely leaning. That's the one I lean towards more for sure. I think Amon-Ra is going to have a really good year this year, especially with Jameson Williams. Suspended the first 6 games. Kansas City, Seattle, Atlanta, Green Bay, Carolina, Tampa Bay. There's a very good chance that Amon-Ra can get it going early. I really, truly like that one. That's going to be somewhere I definitely lean towards. And that's probably that's probably where I win this division. Like I said, this division was really tough to do. I don't know who I like more than the other. I would definitely say Bears are 4 for me. Packers are going to be a close third, second, and first going to be really close. I honestly think the Vikings are going to win this division again. I'll put Lions and I guess I'll go Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears. I would not be shocked if the Packers end up beating the Lions by 1 game to get second. I would not be shocked if the Lions win this division by 500. Yeah, so like I said, I'll probably go Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears. That's my lane for this division. Next Thursday will be the final division breakdown of the series of the offseason. We got the NFC South with the Saints favor with that boy Derek Carr. Man, bro, we're really close to football, aren't we now? I'm really excited because once we finish that breakdown, we basically got 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left. 4 episodes. 5 episodes counting the one I got to do still. But 5 episodes to NFL football. Man, after that 5th episode, you'll see me coming back on that Tuesday to react to everything NFL-wise. I'm excited, man. Like I said, college is at least going to be coming up here soon. I'm going to be talking about college a little bit more next week. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about all the exploding of the conferences and everything and all the transitions. This team going from the Pac-12 to the Midwest 17. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I feel like everyone's covered that in detail at this point, and I'm a little late to it since I was in the middle of my breakdown. So, I feel like most people, if you're listening to me, you've at least heard some of it. So I'm probably going to leave it be. But I will talk about some of the games that are happening, some of the stuff I'm excited for. Hey, man, this is our last year of the playoffs before we go to the 12-team playoff next year. Very exciting for that. It's going to be a great time, man. Football's basically right around the corner. We're finally there. It's August. The weather's starting to get a little cold out. It's starting to get a little... Ooh, man, I'm just very excited. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for support. Like I said, Thursday, NFC South breakdown. We'll do some of the... do some NFL news as well, obviously. Then that following week, we're just probably going to do NFL news. And then we'll either have a future episode, one of the following, either... Next week or the following week, I'll do a Futures episode. Not sure which week that. Got to plan it out. Got to figure it all out. But you can expect the Futures episode to come out, and then we're beginning, baby. I already got invited to my Pick'em League. Setting up stuff for fantasy. NFL's here, baby. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for support. Appreciate everyone who's been watching and supporting this whole time. Like I said, I haven't said it all show. I need to get better at it. Partnered with Stare Down Sports. You want to go... Give it a little look, man. See how you enjoy it. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for support. Shout out to Stare Down Sports. Shout out to you guys, and I'll see everybody back in this feed on Thursday.